Hey guys, I am so excited about bringing you a short training on mindset. This has kind of become my new passion, along with Plexus, of course, to really dig into mindset and how it affects our entire life. And I've learned so much, and I would love to share. I'm still learning every day, and a lot of the stuff I'm bringing you is only the first few chapters that I've learned from different books and stuff, not even one whole book. So much out there about mindset and things. So I just really want to just really encourage you with your business, where if you would add mindset, it might be that missing piece in your life, in your business, and all that. So here we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Got it going. Okay. I'm a very visual person, and so I made a slideshow, and I hope it helps a lot. It truly helps me to be able to see things. So I love the Bible verse, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. I love that verse because he gave us a sound mind, not a spirit of fear, but power and of love. And I love that verse. I would write it down and stick it anywhere you need to remember that. You must choose every day to switch on your brain, basically. Our brain doesn't control us. And I think a lot of people sometimes think our brain is controlling what we do, but God gave us free will, and we absolutely control our brain and our thinking and what we choose every day. From when you get up, from when you go to bed, and when you're sleeping, your subconscious brain is still processing. It is filing away the day's events. And on a side note, if you have had a very traumatic day or something very traumatic that happens to you in a day, what happens to you typically that night is you don't sleep, right? You lay down, you go to bed, and you constantly will start thinking about that thing that happened to you that day. And it doesn't have to be traumatic. It could something not traumatic. It could just be something that you had crosswords with your spouse, or something that you said that you shouldn't have said, and you just think about it that night when you go to bed. Well, if you don't get good sleep, your brain is not going to take that thing that happened to you and process it correctly. So if it's not processing it and filing it away, then that can affect you later on in life. So getting a good night's sleep is paramount to mindset and things like that. Research shows that DNA actually changes shape in response to your thoughts, positive or negative. So obviously, if you're putting negative in, your DNA might come up with some negative things. You can't control every event in your life. We know this. You can control how you react to whatever event happens. You control how you react. And I understand sometimes things come out of our mouth and we're like, oh my gosh, why did I just say that? Did that really come out of my mouth? And you feel like you had no control over it, but you do. You are not a victim of your past. You're not a victim of your genetics. You are not a victim of your current situation you are in right now. You can choose a different path. You can choose not to continue the things that your parents did or that you are currently in. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's another one you need to jot down and save and look at every day. You are not, hear this, you are not destined to live out any negative patterns of your parents. You really can make choices to overcome them. Your parents might have predisposed you to certain things, like maybe alcoholism, being a victim. If you see your parents that way, sometimes that can make you that way. Being overweight, a worrisome person that's constantly worrying about everything, stress, poor, whatever. I mean, you just think about them. There's so many. The list is endless on things that were passed down from generation to generation to generation. And now you're dealing with them. And if you're not careful, you're going to pass them on to your kids, and they're going to keep going. You've got to make the decision to break the chain and not continue and not pass it on. You are, however, responsible, and you must be aware of these negative patterns and work daily to change them. If you're not working on it daily, it's not going to happen. it's obviously a constant battle. And so I just kind of want to tell you that a little bit of difference between like my parents growing up and my husband's parents growing up. They were both phenomenal parents. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything negative about parents. We both love our parents dearly. But let me just tell you the difference. My dad was the most upbeat person, happy. And I never appreciated it. He passed away when I was 15. I never got to have an adult relationship with him, but oh my gosh, as an adult, as I look back at home videos, because he was big into recording things and getting pictures and getting himself in pictures, because he would say, and I quote, "We're not going to be around forever. You will appreciate this someday, Kim. Get over here and smile." He said that to me constantly. But now watching videos, and I remember one birthday, and actually I didn't remember it until I watched the video, but someone had given me something for my hair, and I wore it downstairs, and I was so proud, and I said, "Dad, look," and this is in the video. I guess my mom was recording, and just his response to me was just beautiful and it wasn't anything but a clip in my hair, and just his response was, "Oh, that's so beautiful. I just love that. You just look beautiful," or, whatever, what he said. Upbeat, positive. Every day he would get up and say, "I'm going to change the way I live my life today." And in fact, with his company, he even wrote a manual on what I'm teaching you about mindset. And it's amazing that all those years ago, I guess in the early 80s is when he wrote that. And he's talking about what I'm teaching you. So my dad had it, but he didn't have the name for it that now we're learning. And so then let's go to my husband's father. I love him dearly. He is like a father to me on this earth, since I do not have one. But here's the thing. He worries, and he's worried, and he always feels like he's bothering us when he comes to visit. And it just kills me because I just want him here, right? Well, so he worries and broods about things, and he stresses about things he has no control over. And well, guess what? Between my husband and I, guess who's the more positive one and the less positive one? So I can see it in my husband. I can see that the patterns from his dad has passed down to him. The patterns of my dad have passed down to me. And I can look right now at my son, who's not even 14, and I can start to see him worry. And I can start to see these things in him. And it just it blows me away, y'all. This is so fascinating. And I would encourage all of you to read these books. I'll give you the names of them at the end. Okay, and then I can look at my daughter, and she is complete the way that I am. We go to dance competitions, and she saw a trophy, and she said, "I'm going to win that trophy." Now, had she not, she did win it. Had she not won that, she would have been fine. But y'all, she speaks belief. And so she's watched me. I don't know. I mean, my son's watched me too, but I think you tend to kind of follow maybe after me. I don't know. I followed after my dad. My mom was always positive too. So I was just so blessed in that area. You as parents, if you don't have kids, if you have kids, so important to be modeling this mindset now. Change yours so you can help them change theirs. So you've heard the self-fulfilling prophecy. If I were to tell you, you are dumb and no one will ever like you. Now, obviously, I would never tell anyone that. But people tell people that all the time. Teachers, I've seen teachers tell students that. I've seen friends tell friends that. So have you, right? So what would happen if every day you're hearing you're dumb and no one likes you? No one wants to hear what you have to say. If someone's telling you that every day, you're going to start believing it. You're going to start acting in this manner. If I were to tell my students, if I told one of them, "Oh, you failed this test, you know what? You're never going to do good in this subject. You might as well just skip this and go on." Do you know that I had a college professor tell me that I would not be a good teacher because I was absent 2 extra times in his class than were allowed per the school? Now, I was probably playing hooky. I mean, I don't really remember exactly, but I wasn't really sick in college a lot, so I doubt I was really sick. So they were right in the fact that I didn't go to those classes those 2 days. But because this teacher said, because you've been absent so much, you're not going to make a good teacher. You might as well find something else to do. And this was my last year of college when she's telling me this with my education degree, by the way. And by the way, I did go on to be a teacher. And anyway, I'll move on. So you have someone telling you every day that you're dumb, no one likes you, blah, blah, blah. You're going to believe it. Well, guess what? Truth talk, y'all. This is what you're thinking in your head when you think I'm dumb. And you may not think that. I just use that as an easy example. But you do the same thing when you say, no one wants to hear what I have to say. I don't think I want to share these products because I'm embarrassed about them, or no one will listen to me. Guys, you're saying this in your head. It's the same thing as if you had someone in the room verbalizing it to you. It's the exact same thing when you say it in your head. You must stop the negative thoughts. So whenever one pops into your head, you recognize it immediately and replace it with truth. You must replace it with truth. Replace it with God's word. God's word is full of truths for you. Replace it with the truth that when you think that no one wants to hear what I have to say, whatever. Yes, they do. Everyone wants to hear what I have to say. Look, you can get cocky and you can be whatever with yourself because you're just talking to yourself. I don't want you to go out in public and tell everyone that, of course, you want to hear what I have to say. And so, you're talking to yourself. It's okay. Go for it. I put 3 Bible verses down. I love these. I would copy them and set them in there. Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, these things we should think about. Change your thinking. It will definitely change your life. And then let's talk about fears, because we all have them. God did not instill fear in us. This was learned. It was learned early on. Some of us have fear of failure, fear of success, fear of trading our security for the unknown. Like when you started Plexus, if you step out and maybe quit your job or something and you have this fear of the unknown, fear of what other people think. I mean, these are true fears that you have. So don't downplay them. You've got to work through them and figure out that they're not true. And so you've got to start this reprogramming your brain, because programming creates beliefs. Beliefs create your attitude. Attitude will then create a feeling inside of you. And then the feeling inside of you determines your action for that day. And action then creates results. Those results can be bad. Those results can be good. It's completely up to you and what you're putting in here. We have to reprogram your brain. Those results will be negative because, number one, if you program creates your beliefs and you're programming negative things in here, you're just like a farmer who's planting, negativeness. Guess what's going to grow? Negativeness. So whatever you plant, that's what's going to come back to you. So here's a fear and challenge formula for you. Identify your fears or your challenges you have in your Plexus organization. Write them down. Write them down. So think about all the fears that you have and be honest with yourself. It's between you and yourself, and you can't lie to yourself. Replace those fears with positive affirmation. So if your fear is, I am scared to talk to people, replace it with positive affirmations. People want to hear what I have to say. People will see me coming and know I'm that Plexus lady and want to hear about it. Put those positive affirmations on repeat and repeat them to yourself over and over again. There's an app, a Repeat It, I think is what it's called. And you can put it on your phone and you can record your voice actually saying these things back to you, and you can listen to them every morning. And then it's crucial to get a power partner for accountability. Okay, if you don't tell anyone about this, then it's not really going to go far. But if you tell someone, this is what I'm working on, and every week you check in with them, or every day even, then you are so much more likely to fix it, to start to get better. But this is something you kind of have to do every day. So let's sum it all up in a call to action. Stop negative thoughts and words as soon as you speak or say them. You're going to start recognizing them now. I used to say, I am not a morning person. And I don't know, over the last 3 months, I have been saying to myself every morning, I'm a morning person. I love to get up in the morning. I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to, this day is going to be amazing. I feel really dumb saying that in the morning, and I say it out loud. I don't just think it. But guys, over the last 3 months, I have actually been going to bed earlier and getting up and actually being awake. I've pushed snooze less in the last 3 months. This really does work, and it seems kind of silly and stupid, but let me tell you, it works. Do positive affirmations daily. An app repeat is what it's called. There it is. So Google that or get that on your phone. I know most of you won't do this, but I would challenge you to do it. You don't have to tell anybody if you're embarrassed about it, except your power partner, because you're going to get one. All right, read a couple chapters every day in some mindset growth type books, and I'm going to give you some examples here at the end. All right, so this, before I go to the books, this is some of the great things that you can say to yourself. I am a child of God who reflects the love of Jesus in all of my actions, thoughts, and words. With God, I have unlimited potential. I can reach my goals and dreams and can have victory in every area of my life. I have an opportunity and a product that people are desperate for. They need and desire what I have to offer. That's huge. What if you really believed that? And what if you did that every day until you believed it? When I speak, people are drawn to me and they want to hear what I have to say. I step out of my comfort zone daily, and I'm willing to do what others are unwilling to do to accomplish the dream God has put in my heart. I will lead with integrity and vision and change thousands of people's lives. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. Y'all, Les Brown's coming to convention. He is phenomenal. You feel like you've been at a church service and you're pumped up when he is done talking. And how true is it? When you're in there, when you are living this desperation, this whatever it is that you are living, you can't really see it, but people around you can. And they can say, hey, I'm here. I want to help you. Once you can recognize it and step back a little bit, it totally changes the picture. So here are some great examples. The Business of the 21st Century, I have not read that one yet. How to Win Friends and Influence People. The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Making the First Circle Work for You, Randy Gage. That's a good one for network marketing. And then Self-Talk, Soul Talk, what to say when you talk to yourself. I believe Melissa talked about this one recently in one of her videos. This is an amazing book. I haven't gotten that far into it because I am doing a big training on this book right now with my team and Switch on Your Brain. This book has blown me away. She parallels everything with Bible verses. It's pretty phenomenal. So I would definitely encourage you to step out and read some of these things. It has been huge for my business. So I hope you guys will just really think about that. Go back and watch this video and take some notes if you weren't able to. I would encourage you to buy one of those books and start reading it, even if you're not a big reader. Okay, if you're not a big reader with that type of books, which I'm really, I kind of tend to fall asleep, get it on audio on your phone, listen to it in the car. Even if your kids are in the car, this is great for them to hear. So you guys have a fabulous day, and I hope something in there will resonate with you and you will just, take hold and go with it.